What's going on, psychos? My name is Psycho Les, and welcome to a podcast about wrestling. I am joined here today with just a regular guy, Lyle, and Reaper, some shit that goes by the name of Rob. But this is the first. God knows how this is gonna work out.
Who knows?
We're just gonna talk about random shit about wrestling. So,
Sounds good.
any of you guys want to start off?
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Psycho Wrestling Podcast.
Less
Let
is
it be
more.
known already.
Less is more, forever gorgeous. Less is
All
more.
right.
First thing first, Beast Ball Mosca, okay?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Beast Ball Mosca rules over everything. Beast Ball Crush.
Beach
Right?
Ball Crush.
Beast
Okay.
Ball Crush.
Apparently, the rumor that's going around right now is the fact that WWE is now installing a ban on all beach balls and inflatable items
Beast Ball Crush.
since the Barclays Center incidents, where basically fans were just throwing beach balls all over the place. Everybody was getting into it. It was basically when the beach balls got more push than Enzo Amore, that's when you know everything's gone downhill.
Beast Ball Mosca, Beast Ball Crush. When Cesaro ripped that ball at SummerSlam, everyone was like, man, I think he could rip my beach ball next. It's gonna be the Miz. Is it Dean Ambrose? That's incredible.
The Miz was being the heel that he is.
This is the best heel.
Going off on the crowd, telling everybody that
Greatest heel.
that they need to stop doing the beach ball because they're disrespecting him.
Yo, the
Miz, know your role, shut your mouth, and
Ridiculous.
actually wrestle.
Yo, Miz is like kayfabe heel. He's one of the best kayfabe.
But see, the thing is about The Miz is that whatever happened to his push since he won the title, like, it just kept on draining and
downgraded.
draining and draining.
It just downgraded. I'm like, it's the fact that, and I've said this for years, and I'll say this now. WWE has no idea how to push anybody. Ever since the Attitude Era, where you had 5, 6, 7 top guys almost in every bracket, Intercontinental, Tag Team. You had both the WCW Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And then basically, all of a sudden, when those guys disappeared, Vince McMahon had the bright idea to say, I want just one winner to basically, that I can mold and develop. And who do we get out of that? John fucking Cena.
I mean, you just can't rely on one person just because he's like the Hulk Hogan for your company now.
Exactly.
But like,
He's
I feel
21st century Hulk Hogan, but yet they don't bother pushing anybody else. This is why you don't have anything going for you.
I don't want to sound like I'm pro everything Vince McMahon does.
Bullshit.
But like the Attitude Era gets a lot of credit for everyone got a push and everyone did this.
When it was still
It was luck. First, a lot of these guys became popular by sheer luck. Like Stone Cold became popular by luck.
Bullshit.
The Rock became popular by luck.
Bullshit.
That was like no one. The Rock was a baby face. He was Rocky Maivia.
No. He was
no one cared.
No.
Rocky sucks. Like they didn't have the idea to make him heel. They was trying to push him as a baby face.
No.
It wasn't working.
Let me correct you on that.
What was
okay?
his finishing move?
Who-
Shoulder breaker. That was his finishing move. A shoulder
Oh, the
breaker.
Rock back in the day,
shoulder
or
breaker.
Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia, shoulder breaker.
Well, yeah, he was walking around with a dress on, so it was like pretty much.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we get this thing that they got incredibly pushed. Like
No,
Stone Cold was the ringmaster, man.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold.
No, but
he be the first one to tell you. Vince McMahon was
But
like,
no.
Stone Cold.
But here, no,
they got a great one for you.
No.
You're gonna be this technical the ringmaster.
Right, and that
That'll
was the biggest load of bullshit anybody had ever seen. Ever since, and here's the thing though, and Paul Heyman said it himself from day one. When Stone Cold, before Stone Cold was Stone Cold, had his first fucking beer in ECW, and he allowed him to rant incessantly about how WWE had no idea how to do anything, how to push, how to create storylines, nothing. The moment he got himself off and he pushed himself forward by speaking his mind, that is what solidified Stone Cold as the icon that he is during the Attitude Era. The Rock had to literally develop himself through fucking using a fucking faction.
But you know what we
Nation of Domination,
you know what we
the
get,
corporation. Come on.
I remember him ECW. Then you know what? He came in WWF as the ringmaster. All of that.
That's
And
true.
came with
No,
WWF
he
as the
started out.
ringmaster.
He
That is
started
true.
out. He
didn't
started out
come
there,
in with
but
that
he left.
character.
But he left as Stunning Steve Austin.
All you're saying is how Stone Cold made himself a better
He
promo.
made himself
That
because
doesn't mean
WWE can't
gave
make
him a push.
anybody.
And like back to The Miz, right? I just feel like, look, they like him where he is, and I feel bad for him because he's the best. He's the best heel that they have.
Exactly.
He's the best
and they
heel.
relegated
You're a
him to a
heel.
mid-card level.
He's the best one.
He could have easily stayed in the fucking hunt for a title.
Like, yo, when he was at the top, he shouldn't have been at the top.
When he was in
wasn't ready.
when he
He
was in
wasn't ready.
Smack,
Like, when he was first,
When he was first champion,
he wasn't ready.
he wasn't ready at the time.
Nah, cause he was always a great talker,
Mm.
but in terms of like a wrestler, like he wasn't putting on 5-star matches. I feel
Well, it's
like
true,
I feel like yo, like you don't have to be the best wrestler, but like even Undertaker had an incredible match with Shawn Michaels. Like that was an incredible match, and no one is calling Undertaker the best worker. But like the Miz at the time, he was still young. You know, he was like he could handle it, but he wasn't a good wrestler.
Well, Undertaker only had 4 or 5 movesets, basically kick, punch, clothesline, old school, either the Devil's Gate or fucking the Tombstone pile driver. That's all he had.
Boy, man,
He can't really. He was never really putting on.
Old school going that time.
Exactly, but he was never really putting. He was never really putting on. Technically, even on his own, he was never really putting on 5-star matches. He had other people have to carry most of the weight in order to make it a 5-star match. Triple H, CM Punk, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but then again, the only reason why it was like a 5-star match because of the names. They could
like
say for instance,
who carried the most match? Who carried most of the match? It was always the guy Undertaker was going against. It was never Undertaker. Undertaker alone could not do what everybody thinks he does. Great. I'm not even gonna disagree. I'm not even gonna lie. Undertaker's a legend. He will always be a legend to me, and I loved him since day one when he made his first appearance. The only problem that I have is that everybody thinks that he's this greatest wrestler out there when he didn't perform at a high enough level. Literally, if he didn't have that gimmick of the Undertaker, his ass would have probably been relegated to lower mid-card or mid-card alone. He would never even have been able to come in whenever the hell he wanted to, only on WrestleMania, just so he can get his 22 and fucking 0.
Well, yo, first thing first, yo, I hope Ric Flair's doing good. Yo,
that's true.
Always feeling better. Like that's my guy, the Nature Boy, man. Get better.
Nate.
We need Nature Boy.
As soon as you get well, make sure you take all them beautiful, lovely nurses to Space Mountain. And show them the styling and profiling that is you, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Woo!
But no,
yeah.
Like Ric Flair, like when asked what's the greatest gimmick, the Undertaker, because that is the greatest gimmick.
No, and I agree.
Like how does that could get over all the time?
But it was no
except for that one time where he
no
Psycho Sid for the
Psycho Sid. There's only one Psycho in this podcast. That's me. Don't worry about Psycho Sid. All right.
Psycho Sid.
But that's the whole point. It's nostalgia now. Any single time anybody brings up the Undertaker, it's strictly only nostalgia because of what he was back in the days. It's not how he is now. The man is slow. The man couldn't keep up. The fact that he allowed Roman Reigns, not Brock Lesnar, to get over and beat him.
Brock already did.
He beat him, but he never retired him.
Brock ended the streak. That's way crazy.
No, I agree. I'm not just. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest. This is a little bit in my past. When I was a teenager, I actually predicted that the Undertaker would lose his streak at anywhere within 21 or 22. I said 21. He would lose it at his 21st one. I didn't even think he was going to make 20 because I thought after he had his 15th, 16th win, he would have just been done with it. He would have just gone home and basically enjoyed his checks.
Brock, that was the perfect time for him.
Huh?
That was the perfect time for him to lose. That was the perfect
against
time.
Brock Lesnar?
Yes. Because I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm going to tell you why. Because, Brock Lesnar, see, you know what I love? And this happens in sports all the time. And it happens with this, too. We forget how we looked at people. Brock Lesnar was always a superstar. he wasn't the beast incarnate, all this other stuff.
No, he's
like,
mortal.
As big as he is now, he wasn't it. The Undertaker put Brock Lesnar over and made him like untouchable. Like he made Brock Lesnar untouchable.
Yeah, but then in came Goldberg, and then he just bitched him out.
Nah,
come on, man.
Yo, they friends. Brock Lesnar knew exactly. Yo, Brock
minute
Lesnar
30,
is the smartest man in the world.
A minute 30, 40 seconds.
A minute
there.
30.
Come on,
yo,
man.
Brock Lesnar knew exactly what. Yo, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are friends.
Right, but
This way, hey, Goldberg. Hey, man, hey, I see you doing the 2K
yeah,
thing.
but here's the
thing,
thing,
thing.
But here's the thing, though.
Hey, how about this? Hey, you go over me. And then, hey, we built it up, and then I take it back. Where did he beat him at? WrestleMania.
But here's the thing.
That's where he took it. No one's gonna remember him losing that Survivor Series. He beat him at WrestleMania.
The fact that you brought Brock Lesnar into this, is a great segue into the fact that honestly, Brock Lesnar needs to lose the title at No Mercy to Braun Strowman. He needs to lose the title to Braun Strowman, based on the fact that this is a man who only shows up every 3 months. Whenever the hell he chooses to basically defend a title that he's never defending. How many times have individuals literally had been stripped of their titles? And fans, I guarantee you, leave a comment underneath here and actually say how many people actually had their titles stripped from them if they couldn't defend it within 30 days. Okay, this is garbage that you're giving a guy who makes about $1 million, over $1 million on his contract whenever the hell he decides to show up. Destroy a person for like 2 minutes and then disappear for another 3 months. I'm like, dude, strip him of his title, just have him come in there and just cause a little bit of havoc here and there, and then disappear into the background like a goddamn Loch Ness monster. Just disappear. Don't show back up. And then have Paul Heyman manage someone else.
Nah, you can't lose about that. No Mercy.
Give him Samoa Joe. I'd take that.
Losing about No Mercy is I can't have people losing that nothing paper. Like Unforgiven.
Just him keeping that title at SummerSlam was garbage.
He lost the belt, Armageddon.
Dude, just him keep.
When did he lose the belt? Battle.
But see, the thing is, the way they're portraying Braun Strowman now is like he is an unstoppable force. Like, say for instance, he does win the title at No Mercy. Who's gonna be his opponent to stop him? You're not gonna don't tell me you're gonna bring up Roman Reigns to stop us. That is just a dead horse.
This is why Braun Strowman is the greatest baby. Braun Strowman is doing 2 things right now. One, greatest babyface in the history of the world. Hulk Hogan says he's the new Hulkster.
So bullshit. Bullshit.
This is so serious. I'm so serious. But like back to the point though. Like he's the reason why Roman Reigns can't turn heel. Because Braun Strowman is a heel and he's a babyface. And he's a babyface that he's not selling the same merch as Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns isn't even I even said this I've even said this at Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns is not a heel. He's not even a fucking face. He is a feel. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going on Instagram, hashtag that shit. Roman Reigns, hashtag feel. He is not a fucking heel. He's not a fucking he's not a fucking babyface because they don't want to establish which one he is.
He's already a heel, no matter what.
No problem.
He's a heel. He gets booed. He's the greatest heel.
He was getting booed. He was getting dude. The moment he left, the moment the Shield broke up, they immediately they basically should have made him a heel.
Nah, you know what I hate? Though?
They should have made him a solidified heel. He had that look of a heel. He didn't have to say shit. Let Triple H talk for him. Stephanie McMahon's his pretty face. Shut the fuck up. Just Triple H needs to talk.
You know what? They messed up Roman Reigns being like he's. I think
stuttering
he's no. He's still gonna not. He's not a bad. He's not as bad as a promo. He's like because they all have to read the script and stuff.
Right, but the thing is that with him, he was getting better at talking and doing promos after his initial botch ups on most of his talks. And it wasn't until recently earlier this year that when he started.
Up. No, but he's a heel and he made it work.
Yeah, he was like, been better off.
Shut up! I was like,
no.
Yo. But
Seth Rollins would have been better. Seth Rollins would have been better off as a baby face.
But but Roman Reigns though, where they messed up Roman Reigns was people organically liked him until he came in between Daniel Bryan's come up. People wanted to see Daniel Bryan win, and anytime Daniel Bryan didn't win, and it didn't matter who it was. It just so happened to be Roman Reigns. And it was just he got because remember he didn't win the Batista Royal Rumble, right? That he won. Who came in second at Royal Rumble? Roman Reigns came in second at Royal Rumble. People wanted Roman Reigns to win they wanted him to win it then. But so they saw it like, oh, he wins it next year. Boom. Like, because they wanted Daniel Bryan. Like, come on.
Well,
man.
here's the thing, though. The fans are still going to continue to call out for Daniel Bryan, even after, even to the point where the doctors are still saying he cannot wrestle. The man has got a couple concussions. No company will actually take that litigation lightly, knowing that if this guy takes a bad bump, it's done. This man is either going to be paralyzed from the neck down, or he's going to have brain aneurysms to the point where he may end up getting killed.
I think
in the
anyone
ring
can wrestle anywhere but WWE. I feel like anyone, if New Japan was like, oh, we can take the American Dragon, happy.
Nah.
See, the thing is that Daniel Bryan wants to take that chance.
Yeah.
But then again, WWE is not allowing it because of, protecting the product.
No, they're not protecting the product. They're protecting their asses because they know that if he takes a bad bump while he's still under their fucking head,
right?
The heading, immediately he could sue them for damage, for being held liable for his injuries.
Well, look, that's why. Look at the.
But then again, if he wanted to take that chance, that's on him.
Right, but the thing is that he would.
How would that?
Like he
look
did.
At it with football. Football, they have the same thing going too.
Yeah, but at least with football, they actually have full medical coverage, insurance. WWE doesn't even want to fucking shell out fucking for basic coverage. Because they're independent. They're considered independent contractors. They don't fall under the banner of WWE's insurance policies. But yet they don't want them to go somewhere else. They don't want them to go to the indies where they can make more money, basically just doing their gimmicks and promoting WWE. That's the big problem.
The only person I've ever heard have an issue with a doctor. WWE,
Daniel Bryan?
CM Punk.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And he's still like a real serious issue.
And he's still going through that fucking litigation right now.
But like,
I mean, look, taking Z-Packs for fucking cysts on his back.
Look at all of these moves that they banned, yo. Like they had to ban it for a reason. They gotta make money.
They banned the pile driver and they brought it back.
When did they bring it back?
When did they bring it back?
I mean, it's very rarely they ever use it. They banned the fucking Styles Clash. And the motherfucker's bringing it back.
Well, the thing is that the reason why they brought it back is because AJ is
who do they trust
liable.
No, I agree.
If you like, because if you can show Vince McMahon, you can consistently do a
Styles Clash.
No, not that one. What's the Shooting Star Press? Like if you show him, you could like. Cause remember with Evan Bourne,
what's his name? His son Shane McMahon did it at WrestleMania.
Dude.
That like they
if
that's
it's
crazy, you can do
that
it.
crazy bastard is jumping up the Titantron.
Yeah, but then again, if what he's saying,
and he doesn't do it often.
If Neville couldn't do Neville could not do the Red Arrow, he would not do the Red Arrow.
No, I understand, but that's normal.
You have to be able to.
But that is normal with any athlete in WWE or in any other of the indie promotions. If you're not confident, if you yourself as a wrestler cannot, in your own mind, in your own good judgment, perform the move perfectly, there's no point in you doing it. It's like having some guy who came out of an indie show saying, I can do the Canadian Destroyer, and yet can't perform.
I missed that movement.
Exactly. Petey Williams, we love you.
Good God.
You know, the thing is that not many people can perform the Canadian Destroyer perfectly. But the thing is that anybody who says that they can perform it properly, I want to see them do it properly. If they can't perform it at least one, I want them to do it at least 5 times. If they can't perform it at least 3 out of those 5 times, then it's a wasted effort. They might as well start doing the phenomenal forearms every goddamn time.
But like, it doesn't even have to be dangerous moves like that. Look at like 2 of my favorite like finishing moves of all time got stripped away. Like punt kick was such an amazing move. And like I understood why they like you want to have
love
the
curb
of somebody
stomp,
get, and that's the other one.
That's another.
That's the other one.
But what I don't get is that Dean Ambrose's move. Why did they change it to a double arm DDT?
Oh, versus the original.
Versus the original way you saw it.
Yeah, the original.
The way that he is like if I took you, Rob, as a headlock, and then both of us go head down first.
Right. That was
a front face DDT. Like
exactly.
Why would they take that away?
I guess because the collision.
Well, yeah, because you got two heads next to each other, and
anything that can be linked towards that looks like somebody can get concussed by it. Even though a DDT, I'm pretty sure you can get concussed.
Of
by
course.
DDT.
If you
get
took,
concussed by
look at the
anyone.
way Rob Van Dam takes the DDT every time. You telling me he's not gonna get concussed?
But he had,
God.
but he had a lot of finishers.
God.
Shooting star press, the Rolling Thunder, the Van Daminator.
That's the greatest name of a move. Yo, everything
I'll still say to this day. Rob Van Dam, Sabu, great tag team. Whenever they put it together, especially with Sabu with the chair underneath the legs when he went to the double leg drop. When Van Dam would always do the front roll right into his what was it? Did he do a front? What was it? Did he do a front split a front flip into a drop into like a chest press?
The splash, the Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Like he would roll and then he would squash.
Yeah.
But then again, there's another one there. He did the what was it? It was like a leg split on the corner.
Oh yeah, the split.
Spider.
Is that what it's called?
I forgot the name of it.
Well, it's been a while. What do you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's been a long time since we've seen it. I'm like, we'd have to. I'm like, literally, we'd have to rewind the time machine, just to see old ECW matches, just to see him and his prime when he basically was the whole fucking show.
But that's why look, a lot
him,
of
Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Sandman, Raven, fucking Beulah McGillicuddy, fucking Francine. The head cheerleader for fucking the franchise, Shane Douglas. Triple threat, motherfuckers.
But like, yo, I understand why WWE doesn't do that anymore, yo. You like, they're really trying to make money.
Dude, they're trying to be Disney.
Look, okay, if Disney makes money.
Right, but the thing is, but at the same time, and I said this
Why would they want to beat Disney, though?
But that's the whole point.
But like, because I feel like, look, with wrestling.
They literally destroyed the entire industry. WWE itself destroyed the fucking wrestling industry alone. It was its greatest champion and its greatest fucking destruction. Okay? Vince McMahon will always forever be known. The day he dies, it's gonna be printed on his fucking grave. The man who created and who built up wrestling and destroyed it all in the same time.
I feel like Vince McMahon is doing a pretty good
No,
job.
he's not. No, he's not.
Great job.
No, he needs to shut his mouth. He needs to shut his mouth. I'll be honest with you. Vince McMahon needs to shut his mouth, stay in the back with Kevin Dunn and his fucking tombstone teeth, and basically know their place in life, and let Triple H deal with the matches like he did with NXT. Even though I don't believe he actually was the man of NXT, I think it was actually the Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who built up the NXT.
I don't like, no offense to Triple H, like, he's not my favorite person. I give him a lot of credit with NXT. Like, I give it to Dusty. I give it to Dusty too.
I give it to Dusty.
That's really
Dusty built it up. Triple H did nothing.
Nah, I ain't gonna put that. Like, Triple H, I ain't gonna.
He pulled a Stephanie McMahon. He swooped in there to take all the credit.
Who are all of the people that are doing good right now in WWE? People from NXT.
Dude,
Triple H.
What happened to Finn Balor? What happened to Finn Balor? He came out of NXT. They ain't done shit with him.
He's doing great.
Dude, they relegated him to fucking Bray Wyatt.
How many people? Here we go. They literally just had a fatal four-way.
Fatal four.
Everyone can't be for the belt.
Bray Wyatt, the eater of pins. Okay.
Yo, everyone can't go for the belt at the same time.
The eater of pins and the eater of fucking JoJo's booty. Okay.
Oh, JoJo! Don't talk about JoJo. Oh my God.
Too soon.
It's never too soon. His ex-wife went on harder than I go.
But
okay.
No, like, everyone can't go for the belt. They literally just had a fatal four. Yo, you know what the worst Hell in a Cell was? That Armageddon Hell in a Cell. I think it was like what 6-man, like that 6-man Hell in a Cell. It was like Kurt Angle, Rikishi, and they always remember that spot when he falls into like the hay, cause like Undertaker like. Well, that was that same Hell in a Cell. Like, that's horrible. No one wants to see, like, it's too many people. You have to have it. That's why I like Brock versus Braun. That's good right now. Roman Reigns doesn't need the belt ever.
He never needed the belt.
Like, a lot of
Brock Lesnar never needed the belt.
Like, Samoa Joe, I feel like Samoa Joe, they're going to have him fight the Miz. I feel like he's going to challenge the Miz.
Well, that's the point. I'd rather see Samoa Joe against Braun Strowman for a title, creating a feud. And and Brock Lesnar only showing up either to literally fuck over the entire title, or literally to destroy everybody, just basically like a fucking monster movie. He comes in, destroys everything around it, and then disappears into the darkness.
Yo,
Alright.
Samoa Joe,
But-
like, what was I about to say?
I'm sorry to cut off, but back to that. Like, say for instance, they give Braun Strowman the title at No Mercy.
Okay.
Who would be Braun Strowman's opponent?
It would have to. I'm like, not.
I mean, they
it
could
won't
probably.
be Roman Reigns, and it sure as shit will not be John Cena as of right now. It will have to be, and I'm saying this point blank, and I guarantee you can fucking quote me on this. It will have to be Samoa Joe. Why? Because Samoa Joe is on fire right now. He has major heat as a heel, but at the same time, he is the greatest contrast to Braun Strowman, because Braun Strowman believes everybody is afraid of him, when in reality, Samoa Joe walked up on him and said, "I'm not afraid of you. I will come after you. And if I get
I
you..."
agree with that, what you're saying, because you're saying that if Braun Strowman is the best babyface there is,
No, he's not the best. He's the
or
greatest.
is the greatest
babyface of all
babyface,
time.
you have the greatest heel of all time, Samoa Joe.
Because
Well, no, here we go. But see,
he
this
already
is my thing,
established
though.
himself.
Look, this
He already
is- look.
established himself as that heel, because now
This is
he
why
considers
Braun-
himself
I'm gonna tell
as
you why
the
that doesn't
right
work.
hand of destruction,
I'm gonna-
the right hand of Triple H.
I'm gonna tell you why that doesn't work. It doesn't work because they just did it. They had Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar, which was a great match. It was a standing match that he had with Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe isn't bigger than Braun Strowman right now and Samoa Joe. I don't think that works. Like, they're both
It's
heels.
a hell of a lot better. It's a hell of a lot better.
Like,
where they
look,
can
I
actually
think
build
Braun
up that
Strowman's the
feud.
greatest babyface, but let's, like, he's a heel, okay?
But
He's a heel.
It's a hell of a lot. But here's the thing. It's
Brock
a,
Lesnar is he's
But here's
tweener towards face.
But here's the thing, though. It's a hell of a lot better. It's a hell of a lot better than having a man who does not defend the title in any shape or form unless there's a pay-per-view.
Well, no,
I'd rather have Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman create a feud that will go for a certain amount of time, even going back and forth through pay-per-views until WrestleMania. Then you can solidify either or as a quote-unquote perfect champion, either heel or in your case, babyface.
I don't need Brock Lesnar. Like, I'm one of the
No,
people.
no, Brock Lesnar needs to step out of the picture.
No. First, he's gonna stay in the picture because John Jones got busted for steroids, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have a fight.
And Cormier-
UFC.
and Cormier got it.
He doesn't have a fight for UFC.
No, bullshit.
So,
They're going to give him somebody.
Brock Lesnar isn't going to UFC. It doesn't
not
make
gonna
sense
go.
to fight anybody
They'll
but
probably,
John Jones.
they'll probably bring Frank Mir back.
It doesn't
and
make
shit.
any more. It doesn't make.
It
sense
doesn't
for
make
him to
any
fight
sense, 'cause if
he's not fighting John Jones, he's not going to UFC. Boom. That's so he's gonna
Oh,
be.
whatever.
in
If John Jones made the beef, why would he go to UFC for?
You know, I know because he's feuding with Braun Strowman right now.
But if
he
he-
would not be feuding with Braun Strowman.
But here's the thing, though.
He
If-
would not be having a championship belt. I told you, nothing pay-per-view. No
But if they're
mercy.
go- but here's the thing, though, if
This is
they're going
nothing
to-
pay-per-view.
if they're going to bring back, but here's the thing, though. If Brock Lesnar is not going to go to UFC because of John Jones' shit, okay, where he popped positive, then he needs to renegotiate his goddamn contract and start showing up at matches. Okay? House shows and everything in between up until pay-per-views, because it makes no sense to have a man who does not show up, period. Only to show up on pay-per-views holding the title saying, "I am the undisputed champion." Bitch, you didn't defend your title to call yourself undisputed. You only defended it once, and that was a four-way fucking fatal match.
Who did he lose? No, I take that. Oh no, you did lose. Okay.
What?
Because now I'm trying to remember.
Talking about
like,
Brock
history.
Lesnar lost
So like, no,
undisputed?
Brock Lesnar. No. Because he has the Universal belt.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, I'm very happy he has it. I don't want the belt to change hands. I don't want.
Dude, they
hate
play
that.
hot potato with it
No,
constantly.
and that's what cheapens. So like, yo, it's funny. I love Sasha Banks with everything.
They did the same thing with the women's title,
She's the
yeah.
best, like, I love her. She's the best women's wrestler, right? Her and Charlotte, best women's wrestlers, right? I love what they wrote with Alexa Bliss. Like, yo, you won the belt 4 times and you lost it the next time. Each time.
on pay-per-views and you defended
Each
it.
time you lost it the next time. That cheapens the belt. Asuka, right? Since Asuka won the belt, I've heard this is a
She
crazy
broke-
stat.
she broke
Since she,
the
since
ti-
she won the title, the women's belt that switched like 10 times. That's weird. I don't want to see that.
Well, that's the
cheapens
point.
it.
It never changed hands. She actually broke the streak that's set
No,
by
I mean,
Goldberg
I mean,
for
the women,
undefeated.
No, I'm saying, but within the period of her having the belt,
Mhm.
these other belts are switching people too many times.
Because
I
they
don't
don't
want that.
have storylines to go along with them.
Dean Ambrose was an Intercontinental Champion and the Heavyweight Champion the same year.
Seeing that you brought up Asuka, what are they gonna do now with the NXT Championship that she has?
They're gonna hand. They're gonna. She's.
I
once
mean,
once she gets better,
what I assume that they're gonna do is that they could make her if say for instance she goes to the main roster.
She's gonna go to the main roster.
Anytime soon, while she's still champion, she may just like retire from NXT by relinquishing the belt.
I don't see that happening.
But then again, so she'll be undefeated.
I think she's gonna keep it.
No.
I think she's gonna stay in NXT.
Dude,
I don't think
if anything, she's gonna pull off the same thing that they did with Paige, where Paige went in, won the title from AJ Lee, and basically had to relinquish her NXT title after she already caught the WWE Women's title.
I can see them doing that.
They're gonna. I haven't seen. I haven't. That,
I can
if
see
you
them
want her,
doing that.
if you want her undefeated streak to last, then it's gonna have. Then it's gonna have to be that way.
But like, what show do
Other
you
than that,
put
they're gonna have to
her
do the same thing they did with Bobby Roode and they do with everybody that comes out of NXT.
What show
They're
do
gonna
they
have to
put you on?
lose. They're gonna have to lose the title to the next guy, and basically then they go over to the main roster. That's how
Like,
they're gonna do it.
what
It's one of
show
those
do you-
two.
What show do you see Asuka? I don't see Asuka on Raw. but
SmackDown.
It's weird.
It's gonna be
for-
SmackDown.
I mean, SmackDown's been killing it. Like, yo, they gotta give Raw a chance or something.
Raw has no chance
I
with
mean,
with,
no, but like
with the
no.
writers they have. That's garbage.
You know what's funny?
At least with Shane
What if it's the
McMahon-
same writers?
It ain't.
You never
It ain't.
know, Rob.
No, it's the
Like-
truth. It ain't, because the thing is that even
They're not
Shane
doing
McMahon
great.
even admitted that the writers are completely different from Raw. From Raw and SmackDown, the writers are completely different. SmackDown,
Teams. I
the-
like that they have that though.
The SmackDown, their writers,
SmackDown isn't doing all
their
that
writers
great
are
to me,
their writers are actually more freer to write up storylines than Raw.
though. I feel like the
Raw,
SmackDown
they don't have that freedom.
I feel like the
guarantee they
SmackDown storyline is overrated though.
Nah,
Like, I feel
nah.
like it's a better show, but I feel like it's overrated. Like, what are the really good stories on SmackDown?
Well, they had the
What's
good
the really-
storyline. The good
what's the
storyline was
really-
the
what's
feud
that
between
great
John
story?
Cena and The Miz. That was a great storyline, and they basically
Yo,
they killed it off.
John
And they
Cena always feud with the Miz? He's
No,
always
it's-
feuding
well,
with the Miz.
because it was a, it
and
was
the Miz is, and they don't think
because
the
it
Miz
was a
is the next
natural
best
because it was a
star.
natural
Oh.
moment right there. Because the
I
thing
hate
is that
that.
their feet
Ever
because they
since
were,
the WrestleMania match? Is
Yo,
that why?
Miz,
Well,
yo, Miz is the most underrated wrestler
because
ever.
no, because the thing is that because they were feeding off the fact that the crowds were they're split always down the middle 50-50. John Cena sucks. We love John Cena, and so on and so forth.
But they
And
still
and the
have a
Miz
good
was feeding
story, like-
Miz was feeding off that as okay. I'm gonna go off on a tirade and say the reason why John Cena's got these many titles, the reason why he's always got these opportunities, the reason why he takes hiatuses and comes back to do his thing, to go for a title without ever having to go through the work in order to get to that title to be number one contender, is because he is John Cena and he's the golden boy for Vince McMahon and WWE.
But like, I
And
get
that
like,
breeds that's that envious hatred that the Miz actually developed to the point where he created those great fucking promos with him and Maurice playing off Total Bellas and Total Divas,
But, like,
where basically it's John Cena's rules.
I feel like in terms of stories, Raw has a way better tag team story right now. They have a way better.
They don't even have that
top
many tag
belt-
teams.
The top belt championship is way better. The women's championship story, even though that's bad, it's better than the one at SmackDown.
Dude, they basically
Nobody can tell me the story.
Here's
of
the
the,
thing. With the
what is
women,
women's
the
story
women's
at SmackDown?
there's no story in women's title anyway.
I mean, Bailey just got hurt, and they
No, but I
and
understand
Raw
that.
still has potential to put in
But they
Nia
don't-
Jax and make the story like SmackDown. I don't understand the story. Like, why did Natty win the belt? I don't understand it. Like,
That
why?
Natty was due.
See, okay.
Natty
she
was
can be
due.
due, but it's not.
'Cause the thing is that-
everyone is
But then
due.
again,
I'm assuming.
Who is
true.
due?
But here's the thing. I'm assuming.
Bray Wyatt was due.
No, here's the
Wait,
thing.
wait.
I'm assuming
due?
that because
What the hell?
here's the thing. I'm
Due.
assuming, okay, and I'm not saying this is a fact. or
Naomi
anything
was
like that.
due, and I
I'm
didn't like
assuming.
when she
I'm
won the
assuming that the
belt.
reason why Natty won the title in SummerSlam was based on the fact that Natty's on her way out. Natty's time is counting down. She's probably going to get relegated to the Performance Center, or she's probably going to be end up being focused in the back to improve women's wrestling. Because the thing is that unlike how everybody likes to claim that the Bella twins were, what started the revolution, which
Nah,
I consider full-blown bullshit.
Nobody thinks that.
That's I agree. No one believes that shit.
Nobody is like, what?
The women you want,
the women's revolution.
The women you want to look at that started the actual women's revolution for wrestling that ended up taking a fucking nosedive off the deep end. It had to be Medusa. It had to be Sherry Martel or Scary Sherry.
Look,
yes.
Look, I want you to hear what I'm about to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Look, they were all great wrestlers. They were all, like, at the time, even though it's, like, they're...
Come on, man. They were more physical than it is now.
If you want to talk about women's wrestling, like, where it, like, for me, if you ask me, like, the change of the guard started, when NXT had Emma and Paige fight, they had like NXT, and they, like, gave them time, and I was like, oh, okay, this looks bad. And then... it completely changed when Bayley and Sasha had that match in Brooklyn. Like, that's one of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
But the thing is that here's the thing. No, but
like,
you want the next gen. You want the female that started the next generation of women wrestlers. It had to, and I guarantee you, guys, you online, I guarantee you, you can quote me on this, or you can basically tell me I'm wrong here. Let me know. But it had to be AJ Lee who reinvigorated the women's wrestling. AJ Lee reinvigorated because the thing is that, one, she looked pretty, even though she even stated that Vince McMahon said she wasn't pretty enough to be out there.
When did he ever say that?
He said it to her in the background. Paige actually did an interview where she actually admitted that Vince McMahon told her to her face that he doesn't believe that she was gonna go very far because she didn't look pretty enough. Because mind you, remember, at that time, the only women that were wrestling were quote unquote models that acted wrestling. They weren't wrestlers; they were acting like they were wrestling. Whereas when you had AJ Lee, she was on point every single time.
But like, I love AJ Lee. Like, she didn't change it.
How could she?
I feel like she
with the garbage that they had.
I feel like she was like she's a.
The Bella Twins are about as garbage as it gets.
I feel like people.
They slowed down matches because they didn't want them to look bad.
I feel like, and I see like AJ Lee was a tremendous wrestler, and I know she like.
Dude, her
she led a lot of people. She led a lot of people to want to wrestle, but like. And she was like by far like she actually was like a great worker.
Dude, imagine what would have happened.
Like it didn't change. Like it didn't change. But it was still.
Think about it. Imagine if AJ Lee had stayed in the WWE. She hadn't left. She didn't leave with CM Punk. She stayed in the WWE. She would have had some. She would have had some five-star match. She would have had some 5-star. She would have had some good 5-star matches with fucking Paige. That's one. Two.
Was WrestleMania 3 years ago? Was it 3 years ago? The one where the WrestleMania with the Seth Rollins cash in. That was the last time AJ Lee fought in any WWE arena. She fought in some random ass match that nobody knows of. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, mind you, that was a slight on her.
What was the match?
It was like a 6-man tag or like a something.
Was it really?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know this, please put it down in the comments section, please.
They only do some random, and I think she was the champion. I don't know. She might not have been champion, but it was like
no, she was going on a streak.
It was some regular.
She was still going on. She was still going on the streak. She didn't start. She didn't lose her streak. She didn't lose her streak until fucking. I don't know. She lost it until she lost it to what's her name? Fucking Paige.
Women's Revolution. Nobody even thought about it seriously.
She
until
said
Bayley.
No.
Paige.
Paige.
Sasha Banks had that match. Then people was like, "Oh, they can really
no." Because they were thinking about it when AJ Lee was talking about it. The moment she went off that major promo rant at the top of the ramp to everybody, every female that was in there.
Women's wrestling on Raw and SmackDown.
Oh no, they were watching it when it was her.
Women's wrestling on NXT.
No,
I don't care what anyone says. Everyone watches women's wrestling on NXT. They were not watching.
Whenever AJ Lee came out, they were watching.
Becky Lynch, Bayley, like Sasha, people were watching these matches like, yo, these are great matches. Nobody was like, oh, Nikki Bella versus Tamina.
No, nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit about those.
Whomever. Like
Tamina, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is
I feel
her
bad for
finish.
Tamina though. I mean,
exactly.
They ain't giving heard nothing.
Lana, baby.
Well, what do you expect?
Come on.
What do you expect?
The Odd Couple.
It makes no sense. You got Tamina basically being led around by the nose by Lana, and the thing is that
I think that's great. I think
it made no sense. I'm like,
well, it makes perfect sense.
it makes no sense. Why the hell? I'm like, you're starting a 2-woman faction that basically isn't going anywhere.
It's a poor.
Tamina's not getting any pushes. Lana's already had 3 chances at the goddamn title, and they're not pushing her anymore.
It's a poor man's version of what Raw should do with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. They should put them together, and then one of them turns on each other. That's it. That always works.
No,
Except for Big Cass and
that
Enzo.
that was garbage though. That was garbage. That was garbage.
Yo, Big Cass, get better, man. I know you're a heel now, but get better. You from New York.
Tor's meniscus, dude. I know the feeling. I've had mine torn.
Queens. Live from Queens.
Yep.
Forever gorgeous wrestling podcast.
No, but that's the whole point. But like I said, AJ Styles reinvigorated it. The only problem she had was the fact that she had garbage female wrestlers minus Natalya. She had garbage female wrestlers. It wasn't until Paige started coming in and then everybody started taking notice of NXT level females coming in out of there.
No,
then
AJ
after that, everybody started watching. And then it wasn't until Brooklyn, the NXT Takeover Brooklyn won. That's what solidified it. That's what solidified it. And then when they bring in Asuka to send it over the hill, dude, that right there solidifies that this is what wrestling is.
Bayley Sasha Banks, that's what changed it. You can say whatever you want. It was blowing up, or it changed with Bayley versus Sasha at Brooklyn. No one cared about women's wrestling like that, and it's sad. I love AJ Lee. AJ Lee had the chucks. Yo, I love that shit. That shit is amazing. She's always gonna be remembered. Like, I always think of her as one of the best women wrestlers. Like, she was Black Widow was a great fucking submission move. Like, but I mean, it's gonna be like
Paige took.
They only gonna remember the matches with the good.
And this is
Natty,
and mind you, this is not a pun.
And Nikki Bella and Caitlyn. That's it. Those are the only
Dude,
matches they
honestly,
remember.
speaking of Caitlyn, fucking Celeste Bonin, okay? That's her actual real name, folks. That's her actual real name, Celeste Bonin. Caitlyn actually had the opportunity, if WWE actually saw it and actually created a good storyline for her, Caitlyn could have been a great monster in WWE. She could have filled in the shoes of Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. She could have filled in those shoes and literally said, this is the 21st century hybrid female wrestler that basically could have been, at that time, the Braun Strowman of the female hierarchy of wrestling.
I'm gonna tell you why that couldn't work. It wasn't gonna work because nobody cared about women's wrestling. Like, if they cared about women's wrestling, it could work. But
dude, I mean, look at Shimmer. Look at most of these women. Look at these women federations that are out there. That they're lighting it up. Most of the women that are in fucking NXT are coming out of Shimmer. Becky Lynch came out of there. Charlotte came out of there.
But no, what I'm saying is like we always talk about stuff in the past. Like, oh, if they could have, no one was caring about it. If anyone cared about it, then it would work.
Dude,
no one cares about it.
But here's the thing, though. Everybody gave a shit when Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson came back. You know, everybody remembered them when they actually had hair. But the thing is that
they said, there's a report that McMahon totally forgot that he was festive.
Yeah. And everybody forgot that Kane was Isaac Yankem and the fake Diesel.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
No, but you never forget, man.
No, but here's the thing, though. But the thing is that they could have. Bray Wyatt, man. No, but here's the thing, though. They could have easily, when those two came back from Japan, they could have easily started up that faction. They could have easily started up the club as a major faction. But what happened? It just didn't turn. It didn't pan out because WWE. When I say WWE, I really mean Vince McMahon. Didn't want to use a gimmick that was already over. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bullet Club was already over before these guys even got there.
I mean, people know that. I mean, but like we said before, retreads don't work. Like sometimes it
Retreads
does
work when they actually have a good gimmick to follow up with.
Like,
when they have no storyline, no push, no nothing to feed off of, they literally it's like throwing a person out into the desert with saltine crackers.
Like I don't like retreads. I don't like. It's not gonna work. Like, and not saying that it wouldn't work, but I'm saying like it's not gonna be this thing that takes over like the whole. Even though I miss factions, I feel like factions should come
They
back.
need to make
Like,
factions
factions
come
is-
back. They need to bring their.
But like they have to do it the right way. Cause I remember when they brought in the woman. Remember they had like Team Bad and Team.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I mean, they
Team,
should
had
be
to
bringing
change
it back
their
either
name.
way you look at it
Team
because
PCB,
what
Team
Survivor Series is
PCB,
coming.
Team fucking Bad, fucking Team Bella.
But then
I'm
again,
like,
you know,
but
I
that
take
was a
that-
garbage
you know what?
thing. That was a
I
garbage
take that
thing, though.
back. I take that because they ruined factions. Like the Wyatt family, they ruined.
No,
They ruined
they
the Wyatt
they
family.
misused. And I agree.
They ruined Bray Wyatt.
They misused the Wyatt family.
Misused
They
everything.
misused them. They had everybody. Fuck, they had Braun Strowman that could have been
Misused the authority.
easily
What?
could have been that monster
All right.
right there.
What I didn't get is that, all right, you had Braun Strowman introduced into the Wyatt family so you could introduce Braun Strowman, but then again, get rid of him from the Wyatt family?
But it was
because of the
But it was
draft?
Rowan Hart. But the thing is,
But
it
no,
was
you know what I
Rowan. It
think
was
it
Rowan
was,
and
though?
Hart. It was
I
originally
think they
Rowan and
knew he
Harper
was
that
gonna
could have
be
done
dead.
that could have done some great
I
shit.
think they knew. Look, I love Luke Harper is great. He's not Braun Strowman's the greatest babyface of all time. I don't care,
Jesus
man.
Christ, you keep
He's the
saying
greatest
that shit.
baby. Yo, like he is the most. He's so over. Like, oh my god, like he's the star.
Dude, it's like
He's the
dude,
star,
it's like
and they
this.
see it, and I'm happy they see it.
It's like this.
He's the star.
When you had the Wyatt family, everybody there together, okay? Bray Wyatt. Literally, and I guarantee you,
They
any
ruined
fan,
the
any
great-
fan,
they
any
ruined what
wrestling
could've been
fan
the
worth
greatest
any
game.
any
That
wrestling
could've
fan,
been
any
great.
wrestling fan worth his salt knows that easily, especially with that feud between him and Undertaker, should have easily solidified him as the new face of darkness. Basically, bringing in Rowan and Harper as the next Brothers of Destruction, because it still goes with the family, the Wyatt family, you know, legacy, the lineage. And then on top of that, you could have had Braun Strowman as that monster powerhouse that could have literally had them sweeping the titles right off the bat. Bray Wyatt holding the major title, the WWE Championship. Both Rowan and Harper winning the tag team titles, and having Braun Strowman have the IC title. That way you would establish all four titles within one family faction, which would have led the writers to create other factions that could basically create a feud with them. The moment that's happening, then they could slowly tear them apart, basically from the inside, because Braun Strowman or Rowan and Harper could literally say, "Oh, I believe I deserve that title," and they basically have the infighting, but they would still keep basically the same way they did with Harper and
What did they do?
Pretty much what they did with the Nation of Domination when The Rock was like, "I'm the nation leader," and took down Farouk. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but the thing is that no, but here's the thing.
But what are they doing with Roman and Harper now? Nothing.
Nothing. They're wasting them.
Where are they?
They're wasting
They on
them.
SmackDown, the better show, right?
SmackDown. I haven't even seen them on
Live's the better show.
SmackDown. I haven't even seen them on SmackDown.
But that's what
Look
what
at
brand
Neville.
they on.
That motherfucker didn't show shit until he fucking got 205 Live.
No, they didn't show anything till they let him do something. They let him be a heel, and he's heel. Neville is the best Neville.
The king of the... See, what I don't get is that they're wasting away the cruiserweights because
Exactly. But they won't let him fight
Neville
anybody else
being the
except
king of the
Scorpio.
cruiserweights.
I don't think they're wasting away the
Look at
cruiserweights at all. I
they're
think
flying it. Get
I don't think they're. I think the cruiserweights aren't that. They have no charisma.
They have no
They
story.
Have no personality.
They have no story.
None of them
That's
have
why they have
charisma.
no charisma. Who
No,
the hell's gonna
they
know
have
who
no
the hell
story
they are?
because they have
Who
no-
the fuck's Links Dorado?
They tried.
Who's
all they
Metallic?
do. Drago. Wait. Remember the Cruiserweight Classic? Who was the guy?
Who's
He-
TJP?
Remember? He was the first guy. They tried him out, and how did he do?
He did.
How
pretty-
did D. Brian Kendrick do? Okay, another one. How did Rich Swann do? Exactly.
No,
Yeah, but then again, look at that.
No
They-
one cared.
all right,
They
look,
were infused.
They
No,
never
no, no.
gave
Brian
them
Kendrick-
a chance.
Brian Kendrick. No, here's the thing though. Brian Kendrick easily solidified.
word.
They didn't have any. Dude, they didn't even have any heels until Brian Kendrick said, "Fuck it, I will be the heel." Because
DJP was
Alright.
a heel. He's
See,
a natural
all right, see,
heel.
this is what I was discussing with my brother.
Dude, he was suicide.
When we went to the SmackDown show, and we were watching 205, is that the only reason why McMahon is probably pushing Neville is because of his physique. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you know
He's over.
He gets a hard on for fucking
exactly
big sweaty men.
Exactly.
I feel like he's way more over.
Look at Jinder Mahal. That motherfucker can't wrestle for shit,
like
but yet
he's
apparently
over.
he can fuck. Apparently he looks good.
Nah, we've
Okay.
heard first. Don't ever
Fucking
dare
modern day
disrespect the
Maharaja.
Don't
motherfucker.
disrespect
the modern day Maharaja, baby. What? What? The champ, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The modern day.
I don't care if any of you are hating on Jinder Mahal.
Okay,
It's his time.
Hate.
What?
Don't hate.
Hate on
What?
him.
It is the day
Hate on
of the.
sucks ass.
ESPN is gonna write a 30. They're gonna do like
A 30 for 30?
They're gonna do a 30 for 30 on how the 3-man band became. What? Greatest group of all time.
The fact that
Heath
the
Slater,
3-man band
Drew
has had
McIntyre,
titles.
Drew
They're all gonna have
McIntyre,
titles.
Drew
Come on.
McIntyre,
They all had titles.
NXT
They all
champion,
had titles.
Jinder Mahal,
Jinder
WWE
Mahal's
champion,
had the fucking
3-man
Bring
band,
back the
top
3-man
five-
band.
Top 5 greatest group of all time.
All of them are gonna have titles.
What?
You're gonna have Jinder as champion. You're gonna have
man.
Drew as NXT, and then someone else, or Slater as probably Intercontinental champion.
Tell me that's not it.
or
Tell
Tag
me
team champ.
Tell me that's not a great WrestleMania 6-man. The Shield versus the 3-man band.
Survivor Series.
Yes. This is the 3-man band.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Oh my god.
But then again,
that would be
I'm
funny
pretty
as hell.
sure.
I'd
I'm
like
pretty
to
sure
see
they
them
would.
all
The
clad
3-man
in
band
leather.
would get destroyed, basically.
I want to see
because
them
that's
all-
great for business.
I want to see 3-man band back together, wearing all leather, and then basically watching as fucking Drew McIntyre comes out with his assless chaps.
I enjoy
Basically,
everything.
with the NXT title in hand, saying "I am the greatest man alive," knowing that no one can understand what the fuck he's saying.
I enjoy everything they're doing with Jinder Mahal. Even though like they try to
Dude,
play
they don't have
on
no idea how to
stupid
push that
old school
motherfucker.
jokes.
The only reason
They're
they gave him
doing
the
a great
title is
job.
because they went to India.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Look, they're doing a great
WWE
job.
India.
All right, they were saying rumors
They
that
went to England. They didn't get an
Jinder-
Englishman the belt. Like,
They were saying rumors that Jinder will lose the title at or he'll hold on the title
after
until
after India.
yeah,
He'll lose the title
basically
after
at Hell in a Cell. Like
Who is he losing
he's gonna
to?
hold the title until Hell in a Cell.
Who's he gonna
Then
lose
after that, I don't know.
to? Shinsuke?
Yeah.
I mean, see, the thing is that all right, they
Yeah.
didn't give it to Shinsuke this time because they're pushing him too fast, or they're pushing him for the title run like just that. Like you
I
can't
don't-
do that.
I don't think.
No, it's not that. It's
Shinsuke's
'cause
on
they-
my list
they
of people
can't
who
afford-
doesn't need a belt.
Well, it's not that. Shinsuke Nakamura needs a title. He needs a title because he's already over, but this one will actually push him over.
All right,
But Shinsuke Nakamura.
I don't-
The thing is that Shinsuke
Jinder's
Nakamura
not
was
gonna
never
make him
going
a good
Shinsuke
champion.
Nakamura was never going to win a title until after they do their tour in India. Once they're done with, and the rumor is already out there. Shinsuke Nakamura will win the title, but it will
I
be
don't want him
after they
beat
do
Jinder
the
for that.
India
But see, the thing
I
is,
feel like him beating Jinder
the
for the title
feud,
doesn't mean anything.
the feud with Jinder against Shinsuke is not a known feud. Like, all right, say for instance they made a trade off, and they made the trade of AJ coming to SmackDown, and then trading off the United States Champion to Raw. Then you have a feud because you have AJ on SmackDown with Shinsuke. That can lead towards
that could,
either a triple threat or Shinsuke wins the belt from Jinder, and then have AJ go up against Shinsuke for WrestleMania.
which would establish the repeat of a dream match that if anybody
If they'll ever have it again.
No, yeah, exactly.
See,
Because
but
the thing
like-
is they've already had it in New Japan, and then they had it they had it twice in New Japan. They fought
That's-
twice in New Japan,
that's
and
the
then
only match
now
that
if they
means
do it here in
anything.
WWE, I guarantee goddamn to you, fucking Tuna Meltzer himself is go yeah.
Tuna
You know
Meltzer.
what's funny? You know what's
He's
funny?
gonna-
I don't think
I
so.
guarantee
You
you,
know what's funny?
he
I
will
don't-
write this up. I guarantee you, PW Insider, he's gonna write this up in his newsletter exactly as I'm saying it right now. That Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles battling it out for the title in WWE will be a 6-star match because these guys know how to work with each other. They've worked with each other, creating 6-star matches
But can I
in
ask
New
a question,
Japan.
though? I just wanna ask a
With
question.
this here in WWE will solidify them both as great fucking
I
champions.
think it's gonna be a great match, but
Exactly.
it's only gonna be wrestling marks like us who's gonna care about it. That's why it's never gonna be. It's not gonna be as. Here goes. So like this, is how I know. 'Cause remember when John Cena fought AJ Styles? I think it was last year SummerSlam,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was.
Like AJ Styles. Like I know AJ Styles. We know AJ Styles. They was disrespecting AJ Styles on mainstream media. Like AJ Styles was like, Oh, John Cena and that guy from down south, that guy. Like that guy.
Southpaw wrestling,
That
bitches.
guy. And it's like, yo, like that. Feel bad for like AJ. Like AJ's a great wrestler. Shinsuke, great wrestler. I think they would put on a 6-star match.
Exactly.
And I think only wrestling people are gonna care.
But the thing is,
All right, the
that's
thing is that
point.
AJ and Shinsuke will sell merch. That's what might be one of the most important thing for McMahon.
Exactly, but
It's like an
they're
Eddie
guaranteed.
Guerrero. It's like an Eddie Guerrero match with the. Oh no, I don't want to say his name. I don't want to get erased either.
Oh, whatever.
Chris
Benoit. I will say
I
it.
don't want to say his name.
I will say it. Chris.
You said it already. Who said he said it already?
I said it already.
If you say his name 3 times in the mirror, you get erased too.
The crippler.
I don't want to.
Fucking
That
Benoit.
was-
Okay.
but I missed that guy. Man.
Toothless aggression.
I feel
Okay.
bad for his family.
The rabid
man.
Wolverine.
Like that was.
That man.
like,
That man. Grant.
but like
he has
him and-
fucked
like him
up.
and Eddie
He
Guerrero,
fucked
like,
up.
great
But those
matches,
two
man.
did great matches, and I agree with you on that. They did
Great matches.
awesome matches
And at the end of
that
the day-
deserve to be recognized
At the end
as
of the day,
such.
John Cena still sells. Brock Lesnar.
That's
Dude,
it. It's
Brock
all
Lesnar,
Cena. That's it.
Brock Lesnar still sells. There's
Well,
only like 5.
yeah, when you
yo,
create, dude, when you create
like,
fucking
can
30
we-
different shirts, yeah, I guarantee you
let's
that's gonna
count the
sell.
let's count the transcendent people they have right now. It's Brock and Cena. That's it.
Well, yeah,
That's it.
you're not gonna lose your quintessential baby face for
That's
nothing.
it. Those are the only transcendent people they have. Now, there's people who I think can possibly be transcended if they use them correctly. The Miz, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss.
But they
could
don't know
all
how
be
to use them
transcended.
correctly. That's
They
the
can
that's
all
the
be
question.
transcended.
What? How?
There's like
why
too
are
much
they
talent.
not-
I mean, what do, all right, see, the thing is, what do you guys expect if they have so much talent on each show? It's like,
Well, see,
they
this-
can't,
This is why it's a
they
writing
don't have
problem.
enough time.
But
No,
then,
no,
I
no,
know
no.
that's
This is
understandable.
why
I
it's a
agree with
writing
that.
problem. See, this is why it's a writing problem. Because it's like, I know, like, because, like, I study film. So you got to think of, okay, like, we have, say, like, a comic book adaptation, right? We have all of this material. We got to make it a good 2-hour movie, right? So understand, they have all of this talent trying to make it to a good story that leads to something like months in advance that builds up to something like, this was great. They just have the wrong people playing the wrong spots. Like, this, like Sasha Banks is a heel. She should not be a baby face, but
I agree.
fans
I
love
agree.
her, so she's
No matter
gonna
what.
always be a baby face.
Well,
And they're like, to not ruin her, she's doing good, but
Actually,
like she should be The Rock. Like she should be
well,
The
here's the
Rock.
thing, though. She ruined herself.
She should be The Rock.
Here's the thing,
I
though.
want Sasha Banks talking in third person. I want her like I want me like the boss says. I want her like that's it. She should be like
no,
like Alexa Bliss to me she's like the female Miz. Like she is the best talker that they have.
roaming bitch face.
She's the best talker that they have, and I think she's really improving as a wrestler too.
No, I
Like,
agree. I agree.
She can't. Her, Sasha, Charlotte. Those are the heels. Like those are the heels.
Yeah, but the thing is, you want to know what?
and Emma.
But
Emma
here's the thing,
is
that you want to.
disrespect.
But you want to know what? But here's the thing, that you want to know what really killed
Oh, man.
what's her name? Fucking Sasha Banks. You want to know what really killed her? It's the fact that
Doing
every
good,
single
bro.
time, every single.
What's up, champion?
No, I agree. But the thing is, that you want to know
Running
what
back,
you want to know what killed her at the start. She could have still been a heel and basically been dominating. But you want to know what really killed her? Is the fact that they kept having her fucking do interviews where she constantly says, "When I was a little girl, I
Well, no,
wanted to
'cause
be
they-
like fucking Eddie Guerrero."
No, but they didn't want to.
Bitch, nobody gives
no,
a
but
fuck.
she was only a heel when she was on that Team Bad joint.
I know, but the thing is that
Yo,
they
Rock,
still
what did I told you?
they
See,
didn't give her a
look,
proper promo.
Yo, you
they
know-
could have
yo.
they could have said it one time and then moved on.
Yo, Charlotte.
How many times should they say it?
Charlotte was a wrestler that people didn't like until she became heel again. You know why? Because she's a freaking heel.
No, she didn't.
She's a
She
heel.
wasn't getting over until her daddy fucking joined
No,
in there.
she wasn't getting over
Sorry,
until she
Rick.
became a heel.
Okay, sorry, but I apologize. But the thing is, it's the truth. The only reason your daughter got over
'Cause she
was
was a
because
heel.
you joined in there and helped her out. Okay. No one put two and two together until your ass showed up and started styling and profiling all the way down the goddamn ramp.
Yo, she's a heel. That's why she became over when she became a heel.
And then she should
Everyone
have
becomes
stayed.
over.
Should have
Baby
stayed there.
face- Yo, there's only like maybe 3 baby faces.
Then they recycled
who
their
are
gimmick
over.
to fucking Sasha, not Sasha Banks, but they basically then they regurgitated fucking Charlotte's fucking gimmick to fucking Alexa Bliss. They went from the queen of WWE to Alexa Bliss being the goddess of WWE. Come
No, that's-
on,
no, that's-
man.
no.
You regurgitated the same fucking
No, that's
style.
Alexa Bliss talking you. That's Alexa Bliss creating that, man.
No, bullshit.
Alexa Bliss.
She could have done better than
She's
that.
parrying it.
She could have done better.
Alexa Bliss makes fun of all of the wrestling stuff. Like she makes fun of
No.
it in her promos.
Then you got Jimmy Neutron, fucking
That's
Corey
great
Graves over there saying that's the goddess. Shut the fuck
She
up,
is,
Corey.
man. She is, man. Yo, but Charlotte though, yo, she only needs to be healed. Like it's funny because Emma got hurt, and so like Charlotte, like what was gonna be Emma's gimmick with Dana Brooke became Charlotte's gimmick with Dana Brooke. I feel so bad for Emma. Yo. Like yo,
No, what's really fucked up is the fact that they brought that when they started doing that Emelina bullshit.
they needed something
That
to
was
do.
garbage. That was garbage. They
It
should
was.
never even have created that goddamn gimmick
Not
of
it.
Emelina, knowing that it never even happened.
Nah, it was.
It never happened.
It would've
Then
worked
you
with
had,
her.
then you had the quintessential brain fart, Eva Marie.
First, I miss Eva Marie every day.
Bullshit.
What? Eva Marie, man, come on, yo, she was getting.
Even Marie is the best wrestler out there.
Eva Marie, I don't care what any yo, Psycho Les. I don't care what anyone says. Psycho Les. Eva Marie is the greatest redhead wrestler of all time. Sliced bread, baby. B. Brian Kendrick taught her how to wrestle. She was getting better. Yo, and
Bullshit.
Yo, I swear,
Bullshit.
she was so over. Like her overness was incredible.
She had nuclear heat and she hadn't even stepped
my
in the
God,
goddamn
she
ring
hadn't
once.
said anything. Like yo,
She hadn't even stepped in the ring once and she had nuclear
Oh
heat.
my God, she
And the
been
thing is
perfect.
that what's really fucked
Oh
up is the
my
fact that no matter what she didn't have any fucking speaking ability.
She was the
She
other
was still-
transcendent star.
She was still
the
there.
other-
She was still,
coulda, yo.
regardless of the situation.
They
even,
could
you
have
know,
done a lot.
And
No,
I,
she would have
I-
They could have done a lot.
She could have
But she
transcended
never,
wrestling.
but she
She
never
could've
gave a
transcended wrestling.
shit about wrestling. She was only doing it like the Bellas did back in the day, where she used WWE as a springboard for her own personal career. She didn't give a shit about
That's what
wrestling.
you're supposed
She didn't
to
give a
do.
shit about the fans. She just gave a shit. She only gave a shit about the paycheck and the fact that they paid for her fucking plastic surgery.
Hey, look, man, Eva Marie, man, greatest wrestler, greatest redhead female wrestler of all
Whatever,
time.
she's not
I don't
even a
care.
true redhead.
She's better than Lita. Let me stop. People go.
She's
beat
not
me
even
up.
a true redhead. They
People
made
gonna be
it-
like, "What you said about Lita?" I love
Dude,
her.
if you look at
So
goddamn
does Matt Hardy.
Look at
And
goddamn,
then-
look at Total Divas. They even Kevin Dunn even walked up on her and said, "Hey, I think you'd be better off as a blonde." Dude, how many fucking blonde chicks you got in the goddamn wrestling ring already?
Yo,
Start
alright,
changing-
everything
start-
was so over.
The only reason they fucking wanted her to be blonde because they said that she looked too much like fucking Brie and Nikki. That she would have
Nah,
been
she
she would have
did.
been
I
she would have
give her
been
she
she would have
did.
been the quintessential third Bella out
Nah,
there.
she did for
And
a
I'm
while.
like,
did AJ Lee make fun of that one time?
yes, she did.
Yeah,
I think
that
she
was-
did.
That was a good one.
But the thing is that still, she couldn't
was
wrestle
over.
for shit. She couldn't take a bump to save her life. Okay?
Yo,
she couldn't
she
get
was
into
getting
that
better,
ring
man.
without fucking literally tripping over
Look,
her
she
The
own
was
bumps
getting
that she
better.
took was just wardrobe
Oh,
malfunctions.
wardrobe
Look,
malfunction.
she was getting better, man. Look, she
I
was.
get-
All right,
Look,
see, I agree. Like they could have done a lot with Eva Marie if they had put their minds to it. But then again, the whole
she had the
red stuff
she had the-
that was amazing because I find the guy that was speaking,
Simply Red.
yeah,
Everything.
it was just amazing. Like just hearing that,
She didn't have to say anything. It was
Exactly.
So good.
No, but then
it was
but
a
I think
gimmick.
that's why.
But then-
I think
That was
like
entertaining.
I think
It was
that's the-
entertaining.
I think
Gimmick.
that's
But
the
then you
original
have- but now
Emelina
you-
gimmick, though. I feel like that's
No,
what
no,
they,
no, no, no.
That's the original. I feel like that's
No,
'cause
that
that's
would-
essentially what Emelina was. You
that's
selling
what they
all
made.
this
That's what,
free
actually
drink.
that's what they
I think that's
said.
what they wanted with Eva Marie.
What?
And then she
Emma-
had the drug thing, and she never came back after.
Right. She was taking Adderall. And the thing is that what was really funny is that
Don't do drugs. All right, psychos out there, yeah,
if
don't
you
do
don't
it.
ha- If you
all
don't
right.
have
Don't do
ADHD
drugs that
or
aren't good for
ADD,
you.
please do not take fucking Adderall. It's not that get well drug. All right. You're gonna turn retard halfway through.
Said a great man once said, "Smoke weed every day."
No, but-
Stop.
No, but here's the thing though.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
After Eva Marie left, they wanted to put that same gimmick on fucking Emma. And basically, what they had told, apparently, what the rumor was going around was with WWE was that basically they wanted Emma to get breast implants
Yeah, I know,
to
bro.
in order to look more like
But you know what happened?
Eva
once-
Marie.
But you know what did happen after Eva Marie fell off the WWE? Alexa Bliss comes in and talks her way into
Yeah.
a championship. Yo, I love Becky Lynch. I felt so bad for Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Like, Alexa Bliss
She
pretty
can
much
fight. Why the
talked
hell you
way.
strip her of her title?
Because Becky...
And
yo,
they never
'cause
gave her a
Alexa
title
Bliss-
again after that. She just got once and that was it. And the
Because
story.
no one cares. Yo, I'm sorry. I don't want to say nobody cares about Becky Lynch champion if
Bullshit.
it's not a good story.
Because they
It has
don't
to be a
give
good
stories.
story.
They don't
Alexa
give stories. They
Bliss
give you
is-
wet dreams.
All right,
Alexa, they
all
don't
right.
give
The
you
only
stories.
story that they had with Becky Lynch was what when they had that triple threat with Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania? All right, because she was part of the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah.
What else do they have? Exactly.
Okay, remember? Okay, so she goes to SmackDown Live, right? And then cause they do the shakeup, right? And she's on SmackDown essentially because Sasha and Charlotte are on Raw. She gets the belt. I don't even remember who she beats for the belt. I don't even remember who she beats because Eva Marie was about to start a feud with Becky Lynch, and then that's what ended up happening. And then Eva Marie is gone, and then they insert Alexa Bliss. Eva Marie was going. She was on her way to possibly winning the belt. Probably wasn't.
They were never gonna let her get the title.
Man,
but then again, what was
that would have been? Yo, you cannot tell me.
Eva Marie with the title, they were never gonna let her have it.
If Eva Marie would have had the title, it would have been the greatest thing.
Never gonna.
Why would they give the? All right, that's an example. Why would they give the title to Jinder?
Yo, I was just about to say,
because it was a marketing gimmick. Because they were marketing it to fucking India. They were gonna make him the title.
I was about to say. We were at the Raw after SummerSlam in 2016, and Jinder Mahal lost to Jack Swagger at main event. Okay, he lost at main event to Jack Swagger.
I guarantee you,
he lost at main event to Jack Swagger.
You, if WWE opened up shop in Mexico, I guarantee you, and I'm being honest, I guarantee you.
Oh man,
if they were going, if WWE, and I'm being honest, if WWE was going any place, for example, if WWE opens up shop in fucking China, I guarantee you, and you can mark my words on this, that one of those Chinese fucking wrestlers is gonna get it. Is gonna get a title.
Like how they opened up in England and who won?
But it was Tyler Bate.
What's the English man who won?
Tyler Bate.
Oh yeah, he won the UK belt, right?
Yeah, it was Tyler Bate.
But there was no Sheamus. They didn't put the belt on. Oh no, Wade
Barrett
is gone.
No, but they
don't have any.
Because he retired. He basically was getting injured too much, and the thing is.
Oh no, I take that back. Finn Balor got hurt.
No, Finn Balor was Irish.
Oh yeah, I forget him.
Finn Balor was.
Finn Balor was NXT. Him and Sheamus Irish. I keep forgetting that. But as I'm saying, look, man, that was perfect. That was so amazing.
It was a marketing ploy that was basically, that's all it was set for. That's all it was set for. It was set solely as a gimmick to basically market in India. The moment, I guarantee you, the moment one of these Chinese wrestlers makes it to the main roster and they start marketing and sales decides to say, you know what, let's do WWE fucking China. So we can establish our brand there and create a performance center there, so we can develop new champions. I guarantee you,
they already did that.
I guarantee you, they will have their first champion there. Their first champion.
Do that? They already did that. They had the little tour. I don't know if it was China or some country in Asia, but I forgot who the wrestler was. They already did the China thing.
The wrestler, yeah.
And then they had him fight Bo Dallas. And people were like, why is Bo Dallas winning on Raw? Because they had to build up Bo Dallas to fight the Chinese wrestler. They already did this. This is already been done.
But the thing is that most of those
they already did this.
There's only one Chinese wrestler. I can't even pronounce her fucking name. And the thing is that she fights. She does MMA. Every other one of those guys couldn't fucking wrestle out of a fucking wet paper bag.
Jinder Mahal, what they did with Jinder Mahal was brilliant.
Jinder Mahal needs to open up a goddamn Dunkin' Donuts, okay? He needs
Randy
that
Orton.
motherfucker.
Whoa!
That motherfucker. That motherfucker should have stuck. That motherfucker should have stuck doing fucking.
They're just mad.
Franchises.
Look, people are just mad that their favorite wrestler doesn't have the belt, but Jinder does. Jinder has the belt.
I don't have any one solidified fucking person I want for the title.
I love Randy.
I like the title basically on. I want the title on somebody that they actually built a good storyline.
I love Randy Orton. Babyface Randy Orton is the worst thing in the world.
He came back,
and I hate babyface champion Randy Orton.
Here's the thing though.
So
when he came,
heel Randy Orton, let Randy Orton be. Can he just be himself?
Douche pose.
Randy Orton needs to
when he performed arson, he did that. What the hell is that?
Douche pose.
There's two things I want.
I piss on Sister Abigail's grave.
I need Hoodie Mellow, and I need Legend Killer heel Twitter Randy Orton, who just destroys everyone and doesn't care. I need that. I need him punch kicking everyone.
When Randy Orton can, and you can quote me,
and DDT when he grabs him like snugs.
And here's the thing though, you can quote me on this.
I want Kofi.
Look at the
botching and he's yelling at Kofi. What are you doing?
You can find the video when he came back He came back to a major pop. The moment he had Randy Orton, when he came back to a major pop. They could have easily have fed off that pop and built it up to a great fucking feud. But the thing is that the moment they put him with Bray Wyatt,
that was the best thing that happened to Randy Orton.
The moment they made him part of the goddamn Wyatt family, it was trash.
No, it was great.
It was
great.
Trash.
It revived him. It revived him.
Bullshit.
How did it revive that?
How did it revive him? He went back to being the babyface. They killed his fucking push.
No. You mean when he
came
back?
That
was gonna happen.
When he came back, he had light.
You knew he was gonna turn
It was obvious.
It was so obvious. That's why I was upset that it ended. Like I was like, no, I love Randy Orton and the Wyatt family.
No.
And I knew it wasn't gonna end.
No.
I knew it was gonna end.
No, it was trash. They should never put
great.
him in the Wyatt family. He was good. It was.
And then Luke Harper.
They might as well start. They might as well restart
happens.
goddamn Evolution or Legacy.
No, that's why it was great, because you knew what was gonna happen. It was a clear story. He goes into the Wyatt family. Luke Harper and him gets differences. You gonna trust the old guy?
Dude.
Oh, you gonna trust the new guy?
Dude, you could have wrote the guy. Dude, you could have
wrote. Now they fight, and he breaks up the Wyatt family. Dude, that is a classic.
Dude,
that's a retread that will never fail.
Everybody saw that fucking
injecting the Viper.
Dude, everybody saw that storyline. Everybody saw that storyline coming in when he had joined the Wyatt family. Everybody already knew how the storyline was going to go down before it even happened. So there was no point in even doing it because it was garbage storylines.
Great story. They could have did a lot of the things better, but in terms of story,
the fact that he was scared because they did a projection of fucking worms in the goddamn ring, that was garbage. That was horseshit.
Yeah, I was there.
That
was the most stupidest thing ever.
Motherfuckers running towards
freaking out like
motherfuckers freaking out towards the turnbuckle like that shit was real. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Nah, you was there, man. That was insane.
What kind of garbage was that shit?
But like, I need, some people need to be heels. It's just fine.
No, and I agree with that. Some people are meant for being heels. Some people are meant to be faces. Others are meant to be in
like the only real male baby face, like one true baby face, is AJ Styles. He's the one true baby face.
No.
Who else is like the?
I don't know. He was playing off better as a heel when he was like beat up John Cena and all that stuff.
But the club thing was killing him because they didn't have anything. They didn't have anything for the club.
I thought he was.
It was strictly just AJ doing all the talking.
He did great as a heel, but I think that's only because he's great. I think like a babyface. I think like he's like no one's gonna boo him as a babyface. That's like you're not gonna boo babyface AJ Styles. Like people boo like a lot of these other baby faces. Like Bailey, like for example, WWE ruined Bailey.
Dude,
Bailey
ruined Bailey. They self-destructed Bailey.
They ruined Bailey.
Dude, you push her, but she never goes for she goes for a title, but yet you don't go after the person that botched the whole goddamn thing up. That ended up getting injured, knowing she could have easily won her title back. And then on top of that,
she should have never been champion.
Bullshit.
Why?
Bullshit.
Why do you make this is what I'm saying.
No, I believe that they should have built her up
because she didn't win the championship.
No, here's the thing.
That's why she got over.
I agree. They should have built her up they should have built her up to be the championship. They should have built her up. Hell, they should have built up the goddamn feud between her and fucking Sasha Banks or her and fucking Charlotte.
Nah, she went too early.
Okay?
She went too early.
The fact that she got her title,
okay.
only to end up losing it, and then have WWE constantly push her out there multiple times as the female John Cena, knowing that eventually people are going to get tired of her, knowing that they don't even have a storyline for her. That's what pissed me off because then when she was doing her interview,
they did the story so fast
because then when she did her interview with what was it? Who was it she doing the interview with? Charlie or fucking
Corey Graves?
I forget. But that's how forgettable most of the fucking commentators are. The fact that when she was doing her interview, the crowd started booing her significantly to the point where even that no one could figure that out. It's like,
they don't
how do you boo somebody that you love immensely?
Because people forget, like what they're ruining her, like how they ruined Roman Reigns. People forget how people like they want this. It has to be organic. It can't be just like they
Dude,
do it like
even
that.
when it was organic, no, WWE wouldn't push it. Look at what happened.
Nah, it was never organic with Bailey. She won too
No, I know,
fast.
but I'm saying when it was organic for anybody, okay? I'm like,
But that's why I say like with the attitude
Dolph
era, they
Ziggler.
got
Dolph
lucky with the
Ziggler.
attitude era.
Here's the thing, Dolph
They got
Ziggler.
lucky, man.
That was organic. The thing is that they never. The man killed himself for this company, and they never gave him any light.
I love Dolph Ziggler. He's just never. He's the guy that's not gonna make it. I'm sorry.
Bullshit.
There's always that guy. He's Mr. Perfect.
I mean, he had it
He's
once.
Mr. Perfect. He's the guy that's not gonna make it. I'm sorry. That's who he is. He's Mr. Perfect.
They can't figure out how to do anything with fucking Axel.
But what is Axel gonna bring you?
I'm like, Jesus Christ, they could have built.
There you go. Sell me on Curtis Axel as any type of champion.
Okay.
By himself.
Okay. Curtis Axel, since the fact
By
that
himself.
by himself. No, I'm serious. By himself. I'm not even gonna go with the gimmick that they had him and fucking Damian Sandow had, which was the Mega Powers Return. Okay, that one was a funny one, but it was a good one too. Okay, they looked exactly like him, and I was going for it. But the thing is that regardless of that one, regardless of the comedy skit, Curtis Axel easily, if given a great storyline, basically, if you want a storyline, you could have had him going after the Miz, literally coming after him saying, "You had your moment
What
in
do
the
you mean right now?
No, like when he first came in. Easily, he could have been a multi-time champion for the IC title. He would have basically been able to outdo his father. Okay?
The Miz made the Intercontinental. The Miz brought
Bullshit.
back the Intercontinental belt.
Bullshit. Fucking Cody Rhodes made the fucking IC title worth something.
Nobody remembers dashing Cody Rhodes in the Continental Championship reign. Like how no one remembers Wade Barrett's
Face mask.
Intercontinental Championship reign. Like
Cody
no one
Rhodes.
remembers Daniel Bryan Intercontinental Championship reign. Like no one remembers Dean Ambrose's.
You don't
Intercontinental-
remember them.
Dean Ambrose, who no one cared about him as any type of champion. So the Miz took it off of him. And it became better with the Miz on it. I'm sorry. Some people are better with belts, and some people are worse with belts. Dean Ambrose is the guy worse with a belt. Like,
Bullshit.
Dean Ambrose is horrible with a belt.
He needs to stop doing it. He needs to
He's
stop
never
doing
good
that
at belts.
fucking flip back off the middle rope and then swing
That's
back
part
to
of
a
what makes
fucking
him horrible
like.
with the belt.
That's
character.
garbage. He
Yo,
needs to stop that shit.
He's always
He needs to
has
stop
to be
that shit.
underdog guy.
He can
can't
fight.
be-
He can
can't
fight.
be a
He can
good.
fight
He
and
can't be a
wrestle. And
champion.
literally, I'm like, he is quintessentially. He fights like the
boring.
guy that he literally fights like JBL and the Brooklyn Brawler mixed
He's
together.
boring.
He literally fights that way.
Remember that match he had with Dolph Ziggler? Exactly. No one remembers that whack match he had with Dolph Ziggler.
I don't.
At SummerSlam. At SummerSlam.
Oh my god.
That was SummerSlam last year, right? That match he had with Dolph Ziggler for the belt. Remember that match? How did that match go?
But dude, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Easily, they could have established Curtis Axel as a second generation legacy, where actually correction on that one.
You
Third
told me
generation
Wade Barrett.
legacy.
I believe they could have made Wade Barrett a superstar.
No.
Wade
Wade Barrett, when he had a faction under his belt, was perfect as that heel leader.
Wade Barrett could have been a superstar.
But he constantly got injured, and his
he got
mouth
injured,
was
right.
constantly writing checks. His ass wouldn't be able to cash.
Well, I mean, look, yo.
That's how bad
There's some
Wade
people
Barrett
who
ended
can
up.
make. There's some people who can make it, and some people who can't.
He could have made it.
You're
but
not gonna believe me. You're not gonna tell me that Curtis Axel is gonna be anything large. Like these people, like Luke. I love Luke Harper. He's great. I think he could be. He's at best a mid Carter. That's it. Like I can't. There's only dude who ever really made it out of the mid card, like who broke that ceiling. Mankind, Mick Foley. The only dude I can think of in history who was like
because he was already
he broke out of
but
it.
he was already solidified as a hardcore legend, so he already had a fan base that was rabid.
But he wasn't transcendent. Like
From
he
ECW,
broke,
he was
broke the ceiling.
dude. When he
ceiling.
started doing the rock and sock connection, that literally pushed him over.
I can only think of two people who like really broke this. Like he broke the ceiling, and Chris Jericho broke the ceiling. WCW had him, and then second he comes to WWF, like he's already in a feud with The Rock. Like what?
WWE, not F.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Them. We say it our way. True fans say it the way it's supposed to be. Fucking World Wrestling Federation.
WWE,
Fuck your pandas.
WWE.
Good God.
Fuck your
Yo,
pandas,
like,
World Wildlife Foundation.
Some dudes weren't meant to make it, yo. I'm sorry.
No, and I agree. Some people weren't
Like,
meant
some
to make
people,
it. Even
yo,
Marie was never meant to make it.
And like they can't use like Cody Rhodes. Like he's doing great now, but he's only doing great now because he did bad in WWE.
Tyler Breeze should have been fucking making it.
You're not gonna sell me on Tyler Breeze, man. And I love Breezango, and I love them together, and I want Breezango to be tag team champions. You're not gonna sell me on heel Tyler Breeze with the selfie stick. You're not going to.
Dude,
I mean, it wasn't working to begin with.
I said,
That's an NXT gimmick.
Here's the thing, though.
That works in house shows.
I said it to Les. I said it to Les at the fucking subway station. Okay, they could have easily built him up as the second coming of Rick the Model Martel. His selfie stick is his arrogance.
Do people still use selfie sticks?
Yes,
They do.
they're called tourists.
Where? I don't see people use selfie sticks anymore. I feel like that's over.
And
I feel like
petulant,
that's over.
and petulant
It's
women,
done.
and petulant women who still use duck lips to this day.
2 years ago. Like it's done.
Okay?
Like Tyler Breeze. I'm
But
sorry.
no, but Tyler Breeze could have done it.
He should
Tyler
have stayed
Breeze
in
could have built
NXT.
that one.
Some people belong in NXT. Some people belong on the main roster. Alexa Bliss was a nobody on NXT.
Dude, she
And
was a fucking valet for fucking Blake and Murphy.
Yo, she was a nobody on NXT. And then she made a name for herself on the main roster. Elias Sampson was nobody really knew. It didn't go over.
No
in
one
NXT.
gave a shit about him because he was the drifter. Every
Yo,
single time
but
you
the
saw
drip-
him on
but
the
it's
main roster,
working
he
in
was
the
was working.
But it's
He was
working
walking
now.
around. He was walking around. He was walking around with a goddamn guitar.
Yo, some
It
things
was like
work on the main
he was
roster.
photobombing everybody.
Yo, some things work on the main roster, some things don't. Just like how some things work in NXT and they're not gonna work on the main roster.
Okay, then explain.
just
Then
how it
explain to me. Then explain to me the goddamn revival.
Yo, the revival.
They were
is just
supposed
an
to be. They
old
were supposed to
school-
be.
They got, I mean, dude got hurt.
They were supposed to be
What's going
the.
on?
No, I understand it, but the thing is that they haven't even had. They don't even have a storyline. You don't
He got
even know.
hurt.
You don't even know. No, wait.
They
But
got a storyline
one.
with the Hardy
But one of them.
Boys.
But here's the thing: though, one of them got hurt. Where happened to the other one?
I don't need the
You mean to
other
tell me
one.
he can't?
I
You
don't
mean to
want-
tell
no,
me he,
yes,
as a
no,
heel,
no.
he can't fucking come out of nowhere and says, "I'm gonna come after you guys
No,
for
I
what
don't
you
wanna
did
see
to my
that.
fucking partner,"
No, I don't wanna
and
see
start
that.
taking him out one by one and start basically creating
Nah.
a feud until this guy gets back from being
No,
injured.
because all of that
They could have
leads-
easily done
nah,
that.
because all of that leads to is like the threat of them breaking them as a tag team. When I don't need
Dude,
them to be
they
broken
should
up
never
as a
even
tag
have
team.
broken up. They should never even have broken up fucking Jordan and fucking Gamble. But
Yo,
they did it.
Kofi Kingston. I mean, because they saw that Jason Jordan, they want to push him singles. Remember
Why?
Kofi
Not
broke
everybody-
his ankle. Kofi broke his
His
ankle.
physique.
Yo, Kofi broke his. Then Kofi like he
Vince
broke his
McMahon
ankle.
likes big sweaty men.
Kofi broke his ankle. They coulda
King
made,
Ross, that's for you.
They could have made Big E a single star. They didn't because they know their value as a tag team is way greater than any of them solo. Because if they were good solo, they would be solo. That's it.
But that's the whole point. Most of the guys coming in and out of NXT, they may look the part to be solo, but they are not ready for solo.
That's
This is
why. That's why you don't have him doing anything.
But the
you
thing
don't
is
have
that,
one half of
but
Revival
then,
doing
like
stuff.
for example, Enzo and Cass should never have been broken up.
Oh no, they should no.
No,
Oh,
they should
oh.
never have been broken up.
See, because you don't believe in Big Cass. I believe in Big Cass.
I don't
That's
believe
why.
in Big Cass.
You don't believe in Big Cass. Big Cass.
I
is
don't
the
believe in Big Cass.
Big
Because the
Cass
thing is that
next-
Big
he's the-
Cass
yo, look.
can't talk.
No,
The motherfucker's a
Big Cass can
mumbling
talk.
mute.
Nah, Big Cass is all right. He's not Enzo.
He mumbles.
He's not Enzo, but he's all right.
But whatever, man.
Who are these great talkers? Who is these great
It's like this. If you're going,
Is the
it's like
Miz?
this.
Is the Miz?
It would have been.
Alexa,
It would have
John Cena, and then Enzo.
been.
That's about it.
Jericho's back too.
And Jericho. That's about it.
Kevin Owens.
In terms of great, he's okay.
Kevin Owens can talk.
He's okay. He's not great.
Kevin Owens can talk.
He's not great. He's not. No one's talking about legendary Kevin.
Oh no, I
Owens.
never said legendary. Now, don't
He's
even
not
put those
great.
words in my mouth.
He's not great. He's a great. He can talk.
Sami Zayn can talk, but the
They
thing is that
don't
they
let
they
him
give
talk.
him they give him jokes.
I
They
feel
give
bad
him
for
bullshit
Sami
jokes
Zayn.
to say.
Like he's the most misused person. Like he can actually talk, and
El-
people don't think he can talk.
El fucking Generico himself
They don't think he can talk.
could
What is
talk.
that about? That's
Okay.
weird.
They don't know how to, like I said, WWE does not, or WWF
like, it's not like his
does not know how to use these motherfuckers.
It is not like he has like this crazy accent. Like his accent isn't worse than Becky Lynch's or Finn Balor's. Like
Exactly.
they both have strong.
But then,
accents,
dude, he's
so
from
they-
Canada, and he's from Canada, and the thing is that he looks like he's Irish when he's
I want him fighting Jinder Mahal for the belt. Yes, that's who I want. That's what I want. I want
Sami Zayn, the leprechaun from the
ball.
underground, against the
Hey,
modern day
it gives a
Maharaja.
chance for Sami Zayn to go at the title.
That's
So
how you.
I mean,
That's how you build. That's how you build diversity, baby.
Diversity, man.
Sami
Fuck
Zayn
diversity.
Versus what? Oh man.
No,
Some people are meant to be in tag teams. I don't
Yeah,
care what you
exactly.
say.
But that's the
Like,
whole point. But the thing is that, like
remember when Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels were a tag team
what?
and they won the belts? People
I forgot
about
that one. I forgot that one.
You forget about
I
that
forgot
one.
that one. I forgot that one. I don't even remember that one.
Which one got? Oh no, but then this dude broke his neck. He broke his neck because of the Owen Hart thing.
Oh, the pile driver
Yeah,
that broke
he
his
got,
neck.
He got injured. But you're not.
Yeah, I remember Stone Cold saying that
No,
shit on a
like-
podcast that he remembers the day that it was, I think it was in Japan, that he took a bad pile driver and he literally shit himself.
But not like
And I was laughing my ass off when I heard that shit. I was like, that can't be true.
Some people are meant to be in tag teams, and some people are meant to be solo. Like Braun
I agree.
Strowman is like Braun.
He was
Strowman
meant to be solo.
he was meant to be solo
Big-
from the
he was
start.
meant to be
Big
solo.
Cass. Big Cass, another one. Big Cass.
I thank Mark Henry for bringing in Braun Strowman. I thank him.
Greatest babyface of all time.
I thank him. Sexual chocolate Mark Henry.
Nah, you know what's
I
funny?
give
don't-
him
I
all the
don't- I
props
don't
for
dis-
bringing
nah, I
in
don't
Braun
dis-
Strowman
I don't-
from the strongman competition.
I don't
I
disrespect Mark Henry
wholeheartedly
like that.
say that.
Yo, Mark Henry will forever be one of my favorite people of all time. Forever for that angle with Cena, just that beginning part, that fake retirement. Like
Then he inducted him into the Hall of Pain.
So you thought I was done yet? I was like, you thought I was finished?
He was the first one
Not
to
only
say
is
that I
that
was not
easy.
done with you.
It's that easy. I was like, man.
He was the
What?
first man to say that shit. I'm
What?
not done with you yet.
I mean, and Cena ended up being him, but Cena ends up being everyone. Except for SummerSlam. Unless you're Baron Corbin.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Baron
Corbin.
Corbin. I don't.
Baron Corbin needs to stop.
Why not?
Cause yo, look.
I'm still
WWE
trying to figure out how the hell he's the most metal wrestler
Yo,
alive.
WWE is trying to push like 3 big guys.
Mm.
They're trying to push Braun Strowman.
Well, that's
They're trying to
guaranteed.
push
That was
big,
guaranteed.
Big Cass. You could tell they was going to
No.
push Big Cass.
The cast
Oh,
now.
Big Cass is gonna yo.
They
people
can't
gonna-
push
yo,
him.
They're gonna be mad in 2 years when Big Cass has the
Fuck
championship
you.
belt. They're gonna be mad. Yo, give it like 2 years.
Fuck you.
Big
That's
Cass
never
gonna be
happen.
champion. They're gonna be like, yo, I always knew Big Cass was gonna be like, nah, you lying.
Yeah,
No.
but then again, now he's out for like 9 months.
It didn't like
Yeah,
Baron Corbin.
with-
Baron
with-
Corbin
with
has no
meniscus.
personality.
With a torn meniscus, and we were there
ACL,
live when
right?
that happened. No, it was meniscus.
Oh, meniscus?
Yeah.
Not an ACL.
No, it was not
I thought it was
It's
ACL.
ACL. It's
No,
definitely ACL.
I heard it was like
Definitely
ACL.
I heard it was both.
This is why
Yeah.
we have,
I heard it
ladies
was
and
both.
gentlemen, this is why we have Google.
I heard it was both. You're out 9 months, man.
I heard.
Because meniscus, you're not out 9 months. ACL, you're out the whole
Dude,
year.
I've had
You gonna miss
here's the
WrestleMania?
thing. I've had surgery on my left knee where I had destroyed my ACL and my meniscus. The way he twisted that knee, that was his meniscus.
No, I'm not
That's
saying he
fucked
didn't
up.
tear his meniscus. I'm saying he also
The
tear his
ACL, no, never.
I'm telling you, Rob, man. I'm
Never.
telling you. And then when you find out he tore his ACL.
They only upset.
Dude, I look,
I told you.
I'm more than
Meniscus,
happy
you're not out
to
for
admit
9
that I'm
months.
wrong, but I would like to
Yo.
prove that shit first.
Meniscus, you're not out 9 months with a meniscus, man. ACL and a meniscus, you out for the whole year.
No, dude, I
telling
had
you,
that
man.
dude. When I had my surgery, I was back in 6 months.
But he's a professional wrestler, right?
And
You're not taking bumps,
And I
man.
served. No, I served in the military, and I was back in 6 months after my surgery.
Look, trust me, military, yo, way crazier than anything a lot of these professional, like, actual boxers, actual wrestlers do. But I'm telling you, man, when you, like their schedule, a lot of people don't like WWE because of the schedule. Like, Cody Rhodes is perfectly happy not working every day.
Okay,
Like-
here. Sorry to interrupt you on this one, but okay. Here's the update. Here's the update from WWE.com. All right. Apparently, they did the initial MRE on him, and basically on his left knee, and it shows that it looks like to be an ACL tear and a possible medial meniscus tear. So basically, it's both.
Yeah.
So basically, I apologize. I apologize for I apologize for being
big
wrong.
guys get healthy so you can win this belt, baby.
I apologize for being wrong on that one. I apologize for being wrong with that one. But the thing is that it should not take him. It, like as an athlete that he is, granted he ain't built like one, but I'm like he may not be that major athlete, but at least the fact that he still puts in the work and he can come back within 6 months. That's how I look at it.
So that's it. That's the closing argument for this psycho podcast of wrestling.
Beach Ball Mashka.
Beach Ball Mashka. We haven't even mentioned that the whole time. All right.
Well, we did it at the beginning.
Yeah, basically that's what we did. But I hope you psychos have enjoyed this podcast. Let us know in the comment section down below if you would love to see more wrestling podcasts or any type of podcast that comes up to mind. Give off your shout out. Plug in yourself, Mr. Just a Regular Guy.
YouTube at Dubbington Knows Everything. Instagram,
I will
Dubbington Knows
leave the
Everything.
links down in my description box.
Just a regular guy. You know, Lloyd White is unemployed. It's out right now. Episode 1, episode 2. I just dropped yesterday. Also,
The album is fire.
You know, Lloyd White Chronicles. Braun Strowman, greatest babyface of all time. Roman Reigns is the best heel going right now. Sasha Banks, I love you. That's it.
Anything from you, Rob?
All right, I want to give a shout out to DTKC Show. I want to give a shout out to the Wrestling Soup podcast. Mish, Joey, you guys do great work. You're the reason why I enjoy doing this. All right, and the reason why we're starting this. Also, if you guys want to hit me up, you can hit me up on Instagram at gunslingerpriest. Gunslingerpriest there, and basically hit me up if you have any questions about anything for the wrestling and what we can talk about next time when we do this.
All right, like I said, psychos, I'm going to be leaving their links down in my description box. Go check them out, subscribe to them, follow them on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. YouTube, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe this podcast. All right?
Beach Ball Mashka.
Beach Ball Mashka. Thank you so much for watching, psychos. Stay tuned for more videos to come of whatever I make, including more podcasts in the near future. But if you have enjoyed yourselves, make sure to smack that like button in the face like the psycho you are. Share and comment down below of what you thought about this podcast and any recommendation of games and challenges you would love us to do in the long run. Thank you so much for watching again, psychos. Join my click for more by subscribing to my channel and forever become psycho.
Fuck your pen.
What does Thor want to do?
3 out of 5. That was only 1 out. That's 2 out of 3. What?
I can't calculate this heat in this helmet, damn it, is... All right, it's Avengers Week. Dedication to this damn helmet. All right, 3 out of 5. So I got 2, you got 1. Ooh, German Buster. Yeah, his name. Damn it!
Monkey Special.
Monkey Special. You see how fast I'm pressing this button, psycho? Yeah! I better get it, damn it! Shit!